1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the microphone works. Cool. Very cool. And hello, who did I just see? Jeff. Hey, Jeff. I haven't gone live during the week in a while. It's been a long time. So I just down here working away. So I thought I'd pop in and say live. Slim Gig, how are you? Good to see some people popping on. So we got a lot we're working on. A lot of work to be done. So, you know, we're doing our Sunday streams with the RatRig. I just got my filament in just tonight to print the parts for the RatRig rebuild, and that's the color. That's what we're using. We're using Polylite ASA Army Brown. It's gonna look pretty interesting to say the least. Woohoo! Oh, why does it switch to this camera? It's supposed to stay on. Oh, this camera right there. There we go. Hey, Snapshot FPV. Hello, hello. So just a very, very casual live so that I'm just not down here talking to myself tonight. So I finally pulled out. Hey, Teza. I finally pulled out this 01 that I had built, but was never really printing right. And the funny thing is, I decided to switch the whole hot end out. Well, first and foremost, it was printing way over extruding, and so I did an E-step calibration. So, anyways, when I asked it to extrude 100 millimeters of filament, you'll never in the world believe how much filament it was extruding. And it's like, no wonder the thing was over extruding. So anyways, it extruded 400 millimeters of filament when I asked it to extrude 100. So yeah, my rotations, I suppose they call it in Clipper, were way off. So we fixed that. But I just wasn't overall happy with the hot end. So we stripped the hot end apart. I'm probably gonna put, when I build it up again, let's see what hot end. The hot end that was on it was a Fadius Dragonfly, or Fadius Dragonfly, and it's got the Diamondback nozzle on it. Hey, Zexelter. So I think what I'm going to do when I rebuild this little guy is I think I'm going to put the Voron Revo on it, and I've also, I don't know, I printed two. I'm also printing the mini stealth burner instead of the afterburner that was on it. So we're going to put the mini stealth burner on it. We got all the parts printed for the mini stealth burner. I think I've got all the parts printed for the mini stealth burner. I just need to print the Voron Revo mount. I don't know. This is a decent hot end, I suppose. And maybe I should just give this another shot, but we'll see. But yeah, I thought since I'm rebuilding it, let's just do the Voron Mini stealth burner for it, because it's pretty cool build actually. And I hate to say this, guys, but yeah, I have a, well, I don't hate to say it. It's, I mean, the honest truth is that I'm trying to get a lot of testing out of my bamboo, but I'm doing a lot of part printing right now. Yes, I do have the other two Voron sitting over here, but I got to get the bamboo going because I'm going to do a stream or a video or something on that. But all my parts I've been printing ABS. I've been printing on the bamboo. No enclosure, works fine. And these things are coming out. Let's see if it's going to focus on this at all. No, it's not going to focus. And it's black, it's hard to see, but these parts are coming out beautifully on the bamboo. I mean, the tolerances are perfect. Everything is coming out just nice. Hey, Mika Steve. So yeah, so I'm actually printing all my RatRig parts in the we're not doing AB, we're doing ASA, Polymaker ASA, Army Brown. Hey, Shadell, and we're going to do these on the all the RatRig parts. I'm going to do on the bamboo as well. I'm giving this bamboo a hell of a workout. I've also started making, if anybody saw, did anybody see Brian Vine's video on the bamboo spool rewinder? All the other parts are at my office. I've been printing on my other P1P that I have there. I've got a few of the parts here, but I'm starting to print that spool rewinder because I don't want to do that modification to my AMS. And so I have trouble printing some of these filaments in the AMS. Like for instance, I was just running some 3D Fuel ABS, and I had to leave the lid open a little bit because it's a little too tall on the spool by about 1/8 of an inch. And then the Jesse PLAs will not, the spools won't fit. So I'm building this spool rewinder. It's quite the build with a bunch of bearings and gears, etc. And I'm going to use that, and I'm going to start rewinding onto the bamboo spools because just the way it is. I don't want to do the modification that people have been doing on the bamboo. So yeah, so we're working on that. We're working on the mini stealth burner for this. We have, just to show you all the stuff I got on the go, we're going to be upgrading or changing. Oh, you finally built a nice Lazy Susan. Awesome, Fabian. Good. That's great. Everybody, I got to do a video on my Lazy Susan too. So we're going to be putting this on the, this was given to me by my good friend Andy over at 3D Lab Tech. So we're going to be putting this on the Trident. We're going to be replacing the X gantry on the Trident with this. Richard is doing this on his 2.4. He is also sending me, Andy is also going to be giving me the, they're called titanium, they're titanium braces or brackets. I don't know what you'd say, but they're titanium braces that are going to go in the X and Y ray extrusions to prevent that little bit of bowing that happens from the, anyways, you guys from the linear rails, you guys out there that you guys know what I'm talking about there. So we're going to be getting those titanium plates for that. So that's a couple things happening there. And then the other thing that he has given me is the, I'm going to do this on the 2.4 Voron because I've got the tap on the Trident. This is a new clicky kit that I'm going to put on the 2.4. This is the clicky PCBs. So this is the clicky kit with the 2 PCBs, one for the clicky, one for the hot ends. So this is pretty good. Hey, Steve Builds. Thanks for popping in. How you doing? And I'm also reprinting because I wasn't happy with what I did initially, because when I did the initial 2.4 build, I didn't have, the only enclosed printer I had was my Flash Forge. Wasn't happy with the parts, so I'm reprinting all of my stealth burner parts for the 2.4, and I'm going to do them in this. This is the, oh man, I got so many things on the go. I'm having a brain meltdown right now. This is from Sparta 3D Sparkle Blue ABS. So we're reprinting those. So the mini stealth burner, I'm probably going to do 2 of them. I did one with the logo and one without, and they turned out really good. So what I'll probably do is I'm going to put one on here for sure, because I definitely want to replace the hot end on this guy. I'll probably put another one on my other 0.1 that I have over there and just have mini stealth burners on both. I just did one of each, one with the logo indent, one without. So that's probably what I'll do, is I'll replace them both. This one has the umbilical system on it. The other 0.1 is just your standard 0.1. I don't know if I'm going to upgrade them to 0.2s. I might. We'll see. If I can get a couple kits sent to me for the 0.2s, I will upgrade them. So yeah. Let's see who else is on here. Steve Builds, Ben Brady. Hello, Ben. And yeah, 3D Medic Vince. Hello. You're looking forward to playing around with a new beacon probe. Oh, very cool. A beacon probe. Okay, I haven't seen much on that, but I will look. So as I say, I have a lot of little things on the go. What are those things called that he's sending me? Let me just see, because I got that wrong. And I've heard that they're supposed to help quality a little, somewhat on the Voron. They are called, let's see, it is called titanium backers is what he's called them. So yeah, titanium backers. Apparently the titanium backers go along on the bigger Vorons. They go along the top of the X gantry and they go along the top of the two Y gantries. So you put a beacon on my RatRig. Really, Zexcelter? Okay, well, maybe send me some information or links on the beacon, and I will look at putting it on the RatRig, because we're pretty much, after I get the parts printed. That's what this filament here is for, the ASA. We're going to print the parts for the RatRig. I'm going to start that tonight, and then I'm going to start rebuilding the RatRig. That's going to be a fairly long build because there's a lot of different things I want to do with it. So put your logo on one of the afterburners. Oh, put my logo on one of these. Oh, maybe I could probably do that. Yeah. It would actually be pretty cool to put it in here and then just use the AMS and do it in multicolor. So send me the videos, Zexcelter. Yeah, do that. Thanks. You can send that through Twitter or whatever. Put a beacon on my RatRig. Okay, I can do that. 1,000 measurements per second or some insane number like that. Holy cow. Hey, Andrew Humphrey. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, that's what we got on the go. And again, we're putting this back on the RatRig. Probably we have the Slice Engineering Mosquito. This is the hot end we'll put back on the RatRig. This has a 0.6 diamondback nozzle on it. So we haven't got much use out of that because after I put the nozzle on, I think I printed 2 jobs and then I decided to do the upgrade. So we kind of retired the RatRig until I did the upgrade. So yeah, now it is fully taken apart. YouTube, oh, you got me the link there. Okay, let me open another window with that link and then I will keep that other window open. Let's see, there it is there. And let's just 5,625 point bed mesh level. Okay, that has piqued my interest now. So we're going to look at that after. So definitely going to look at that after. Wow. Let me know if my sound is okay, everybody. If you have a problem, I've got a new lavalier hooked up to my Rode Wireless Go here. So all new mic system. So the idea is to be a little more movable and not pick up as much background noise. So I've heard this is really good. So I just want to know if you guys are hearing me okay. With that said, what else can I share with you guys? Now, this little mini stealth burner is so, I hate to use this on a Voron, but it's cute. This thing is really cute. I will check it out for sure. I will definitely check that out. What else do I have on the go? That's it. I took this. I don't think I'm going to put covers on this one. My other 01 is covered in. This one I can use strictly for PETG or for PLA. I could even run ABS. That's what you use. Oh, thanks, Steve. Oh, this is the mic system you use. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's pretty new to me. I picked up this. I don't even have it here, but I picked up the Rode Wireless Go 2. I just got a single transmitter receiver because when do I have guests in my studio? So, and then I just got this, the Rode, this thing is called I had the box here a second ago. I don't throw boxes out for a little while, and this one is called the Lavalier Go, the Rode Lavalier Go. So they had one model up of this, but the sales guy for $30 more, he says it's not worth it. He says this one usually sounds really good. So maybe a touch low. Yeah, I can, and that's easily adjustable by just going on this thing and going, there we go. That might be a little bit louder there, but I just don't want to over modulate. So, and it's right here. So turn your speakers up. Ha ha, just kidding. Yeah, I didn't see the need for the double. You got a lot of blowback when you told someone on Facebook that Diamondback nozzle works well. Someone kept saying physics says it shouldn't work. Okay, well, whatever. Physics says it shouldn't work. I don't understand. It's a diamond coated tip of the nozzle so it doesn't wear out. So I don't understand what that has to do with physics not making it work, but hey, to each their own, right? So there we go. So I just got a whole whack of Polymaker filament in tonight. I got my shipment in, which is really nice. And that's why this stream and every stream going forward while I do this rebuild, and a lot of them is going to be sponsored by Polymaker, who is one of my really good partners for my channel. So it's awesome. My RatRig shrank. I got it wet, Andrew. I got it wet and it shrank a little bit. So best not warm up shirt with the heat gun. You will melt that. Yes, exactly. No, it's chilly down here, but we're not heat gun need to warm up the shirt kind of cold. My hands are freezing, but that's typical for my basement. And that's the other amazing thing that I'm kind of amazing thing that I'm amazed of. That doesn't sound. Anyways, when I run the ABS on the Bamboo, this is the P1P not enclosed. My ambient temperature down here, I'd say, is maybe 16 Celsius. And I have no problems with layer adhesion, strength, or anything running ABS on that machine in these conditions. So anybody that tells you cannot run ABS without an enclosure, I say I've proven them wrong. And the parts are strong. There's good layer adhesion. There's no, I'm just saying these are really, really well done parts. So those, that's another brand of ABS I ran here. And then we're going to run some ASA and see. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to load this up. I want to see this color, actually. I haven't opened this yet. I just got the box tonight. So this is Army Brown. So we're going to have an Army Brown and black RatRig. I wanted to go with anything but the RatRig green this time. So these Polymaker spools are extremely well wrapped. I don't know if this is cardboard or plastic in here. I'm going to assume it's cardboard. Diamondback, they kept saying that the minuscule gap between the metal and the diamond tip wouldn't allow it to conduct heat well. I said, well, it works. I've got more than 100 hours on it. There we go. Hey, Miles. How's it going? And what's a RatRig? A RatRig is a Core XY do-it-yourself kit printer. Very similar and different, very similar to the Vorons, but yet very different than the Vorons as far as the way the build goes. The RatRig comes in different sizes like the Voron does, except the RatRig comes a little bigger. I have a 500 by 500 by 500 RatRig. We are in a cardboard spool. There we are. But if you go ahead and look up RatRig on Google RatRig, and you'll see all the different things. RatRig makes tiny little printers like the V Minion, all the way up to the 500 millimeter V-Core 3. I think they're at 3.2 now, or 3.1. And they also make lasers. They do a lot of good things. RatRig is out of where are RatRig located? I tend to forget that. So what I'm going to do, because this is a cardboard spool, I like that color. It's called Army Brown. It's going to look good. It's going to look really cool. You have the Diamondback and haven't got to try it yet. Cool. Doesn't. I'm smelling it thinking, gee, I wonder if it might smell like chocolate. So I guess it could smell worse than that. But I've got that. I'm going to pop. Oh, hang on a minute here. I've got a few things on my desk here. I'm going to see about these. So actually, let me switch over to here again. This, and then back to this guy. I'm going to see. I printed these out specifically for my MS, and these should fit nicely. There we go. Oh, I've got to, oh yeah, that's fitting over that hole, no problem. And these will fit nicely over the Polymaker spools, and these will allow me to run these cardboard spools in my AMS. So some people say it's a pain in the butt, but I say, no big deal. Tough to get that machine through the door. It is. You can see, let's see here. I'll show you the RatRig as well. Here, let me grab this camera here. Let me turn a light on. I don't have to yell because I got the lavalier mic stuck to my chest. So I just realized I don't have to yell. You guys can hear me. Oh, I got a light bulb burnt. I got 2 light bulbs burnt out here. Huh. But if I let me see if I can get this other camera on here for you. It's going to be blurry right now because I haven't lined it up. So hang on a sec. If I do this, and if I zoom out, let me zoom out. There we go. And I think I'm focused pretty much. So that's the RatRig frame. Oh, it's a little blurry. I'm a little ways away from my screen. There we go. That's the RatRig frame here. This is the Lazy Susan I built for it to do the build on. So this is what I put it on so that I can turn it on my desk so I don't have to lift it and move it. Let me move this out of the way. But this is the RatRig frame. And just to give you an idea, so this is the 500 by 500 by 500. And just to give you an idea of how big this is, what can I do here? Let's see. Here, I don't know if you're familiar with this one, but here is a CR10S Pro, which is a 280, I believe. There's a CR10S Pro sitting inside the RatRig. I mean, it's big. I want to clipperize that CR10S Pro one day. It's an old beat up thing I've had for a long time. And here, give you more perspective, here is the build plate. Here, why does it keep doing that? Here is the build plate for that RatRig. So look at the build plate behind the Voron 0.1. It's almost 4 times the size of the 0.1. Look at that. That's massive. Like, I'm a big guy, and I could probably wear this. So anyways, that's the build plate for the RatRig. I won't pull the bed out because the bed is super heavy. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be rebuilding. This is what we're going to print the parts for. LED bulbs. I think these are LED bulbs, Ben. When we moved into this house a few years back, I went and changed every bulb in the house to LEDs. Even I look small behind that, I know. I have lost some weight recently, but not enough to show on camera. Because if I'm not mistaken, they say the camera adds 10 pounds. So this is the, I don't know if you probably can't see it from that angle, but this black spool here is the 3D Fuel Workday ABS, and it's about 1/8 of an inch too tall, so I couldn't quite close the enclosure on the AMS here. So we'll take this out. This is what we printed the mini stealth burner in. Oops, pop this out of here. Oh, come on. I just need to, there we go. There we go. So I'll just put this aside for now. And I'll throw in this, you'd say if it adds at least 20. I mean, looking at myself, Steve. Nobody likes themselves on camera. Nobody likes the sound of their own voice on tape. That's just a fact of life. But after all my years on this earth, I've gotten used to it. So let's go ahead and load this. And that should be, oh, I think I got it in there. I think I've got it sitting in here crooked. Oh, there we go. We're good. Okay, and that actually fits right in there with those covers. So we will load that. Didn't get notification. Really? Oh, that's sorry about that, poor boy. PF Dennis, hello. Yeah, a lot of people say that YouTube doesn't give notifications and stuff. So I didn't schedule this stream. I just decided last second to pop on live and just talk about what I've got going on and so forth. Ow, ow, ow. Don't flip these. Anyways, yeah. Is there blood? Hang on. Did I get blood? No blood. I drew blood at work today, though. Jack Black, hello. Who else has popped on that I didn't see? Wow, impromptu stream, 22 people watching. I like it. Thanks, guys. Okay, now what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to minimize so I won't be able to see the chat for a minute. Porn stars do what? Hey, I don't want to know, Ben. Let's see. Let me go ahead and let me pull this over here. I don't like showing this screen from this screen because this, for some reason, when I drag a window, especially my bamboo window, when I drag it over to this screen, it really messes up the window, or makes the screen look awful. It does something weird to the graphic interface. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead on this. We're going to generic ABS. I think I can use ABS ASA as the same thing. Oh no, generic ASA, since we're using ASA. And we're going to tell it the color of this is brown. I'm going to go light because I don't like going actual dark brown because it actually it's hard to see when it's on the build plate in the slicer. So we'll confirm that. Go to our prepare screen. There's the mini stealth burner parts that we were printing. So we will delete these. Okay. And then I will, oh, like to watch and hear themselves. I see. No juggling the flush cutters. No, I've got to stop that. No, my blood, Fadion. I use one of these a lot at the office. I carry one around all the time on me, and I use one of these with the black blades, which are super sharp. There are, I believe, carbon blades or something. Anyways, I'm always cutting myself because I'll either not have it quite put away or whatever. Hey, Dominic, good morning. Yeah, I I cut myself a fair bit, so I've probably count 10 cuts on my hands right now, but I call that a benefit of the job, if you want to say that. Okay, so we got to change number 2. We have generic ASA in here right now, and then what temperature are they telling me to run the ASA at? They are saying 240 to 260. We will go 255 and a 90-degree bed. Let me pop a drink here. Oh, you hear that? I'm loving this stuff to get my fizzy fix at night and not get the caffeine to keep me awake. Sprite Zero. Really good. Anyways, something I just discovered. Okay, I'm going to minimize so I won't be able to see chat for a second. So chat amongst yourselves. In the meantime, I'm going to find, where did I put all my VCore 3.1 upgraded parts? Was it right here? No. I got so many files on my desktop. You guys know what that's like, right? There it is. There's the zip file. I thought I was sure I unzipped all this. Yeah. Okay, hang on. So let's sit down here for a second. I don't want to unzip it again if I already did. Bear with me. God, I swear every 2 weeks I go over my desktop and clean it up, and 2 weeks later, no, I guess I didn't unzip it. 2 weeks later, I have to do it again. So let's extract all these things. Okay, I'm sure I extracted these files once before. Oh, there we are. Okay. So I'm going to just pop this over to this window. Let's minimize this. Let's minimize this. Let's bring this over here so that you guys can, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. And what I'll do is I will pop this one over to the other screen so I can make it bigger. And there we go. Now, let's see which parts I want to print right here. What slicer do I prefer at the moment? If I'm printing on the bamboo, I'm using bamboo slicer. If I'm printing on the Vorons or anything else right now, I'm using Prusa slicer, the newest Prusa slicer. But I really like the bamboo slicer. I am using let's see, if I go, I'm using the version of Bamboo Slicer called, oh man, it is called, bear with me, Bamboo Studio Soft Fever, which has profiles for all the Vorons. It has profiles for some Prussias and so forth. I'm really, really liking Bamboo Slicer. So, gotta say, I really do like it. So, Orca Slicer, I've not heard of that. Soft Fever Orca Slicer. I've not heard of that one, Fidion. You just made coffee at 10 p.m. Well, some people can drink coffee at night. If it's decaf, you're okay. Some people can handle, caffeine at night. Or Orca Slicer is the newest soft fever. Check it out. Okay. Is that the Bamboo Slicer? Is it for the Bamboo Studio? Hey, Stephen Reimer, Fidion, soft fever is now. Oh, I see. It's now Orca Slicer. Okay. So there's an update to soft fever. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I will. Meantime, printed parts. So here's step files. I can use step. Now I'm going to do the core or the EVA 3. I'm doing EVA 3 eventually, but there's all the there's all the parts we have to print. Now I have a feeling bed arm back, bed arm left, bed arm right. I have a feeling that I'm going to be reprinting more because you don't have to reprint all the files to do the 3.1 VCore 3.1 upgrade, but I just got rid of all my parts, stripped the printer down to the bare frame. So, okay, cool. So now I am basically going to have to reprint everything. But I'll do the upgraded parts to begin with. So let's drag that one over and let's change that to my brown filament. Okay, that's these parts. That's the motor. That's the bed arms. So let's get the 3 bed arms loaded on here then. Oh, come on. Let's get this one loaded on. One thing I guess I shouldn't say I don't like it about the Bamboo Lab here is it defaults when you're dragging in a new job. It defaults to the first filament on your list, which is the black on my case. And I have to go in as I bring in each item and I have to change it to the color I want. So there we go. So if I drag this guy over here now, so there's the pieces I'm going to run. You can wake up in the middle of the night, drink a cup of coffee, and then go, oh, Dominic, stop it. I have trouble sleeping through a full night as it is without coffee in me. So, although I don't know if caffeine affects me. So these are the 3 bed arms that we're going to run. I do these in very similar fashion that I do the the Voron parts, just to make sure I get the strength. So on these, I am going to go 0.2. I do 4 perimeters, 5 top, 5 bottom, and 5 top, 5 bottom, 40% or 45, 45% in gyroid. So that's kind of how I run these. I leave the speed at the defaults. The supports I don't use, and I do not use a brim. Who else has popped in that I have not seen? Sneaky buggers, you. Same. Coffee at night doesn't affect you at all. I don't drink coffee. I drank coffee once when I was 14 years old. I threw up, and I haven't drank it since. Okay, so that's what we're going to do there. I've just got to make sure that my filament temperature, that's not the one I want to do. Let's discard that. That's not the one I want. Why? See, this bugs me. This window is way up out of the way and I can't get the top of it. I'm just going to drag this. Now I got to escape that. Hang on, can I escape? There we go. I want to edit this filament. There we go. I want to make sure that I am at 255 for my first layer and 255. And I want a 90-degree bed. I'm using the textured PEI plate, 90 degrees. So we're good there. So let's go ahead and preview this, slice it, see how long it's going to take. My guess is it's going to be about 3 hours and 15 minutes. That's just purely a guess. I have not sliced these yet. And it is 6 hours and 44 minutes. I was way off. 6 hours, 44 minutes to print these pieces. So what I do now, 72 years old, at your age, napping is much easier than staying awake. Yeah, true. Very true, right? So we're going to come back here. Oh, don't let that thing dig into my fat. There we go. I am now going to take, because I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very paranoid when it comes to printing, especially a 6-hour print with no enclosure with ASA. So what I do, I have to move this, sorry, I have to move this over to my other side. There we go. I was digging into my belly here. So we're gonna isopropyl clean this bed, and then, and some people are going to say you don't have to, and the fact that I don't have an enclosure, oh, that's just funky the way that, oh, when that IPA evaporates off that thing, it gives a funky, it's almost like I'm on mushrooms or something, and whoo, I'm running ASA, Jack. And then I take my little lint-free shop towel. I take my, right here, I swear by this stuff. I call it an insurance policy. I will put a good coat on the bed. And then I will take my little shop towel and I wipe it in. Now, some people use a paintbrush and paint it in. I find just taking a towel and wiping it in the whole surface of the bed, just like so. You get used to that smell. It's almost got an alcohol smell to it. And it goes a long way. That will print me 2 or 3 or 4 beds worth of prints before I have to replace that. So put that in there. And before I go ahead and send that job over, I'm going to just go ahead and preheat my bed here to 90 degrees. Right now, my bed is 10 degrees. It's that cold down here. 90. And go back and go back. Because what will happen is that will allow, that'll give the bed time to heat up while the file's transferring over. Oh, there's my SD card. Okay. One thing I do find, and somebody mentioned it today on Nero's stream, he had Grant on a stream today, and somebody in the chat did mention, and they had a good point, file transfer from the computer over to the P1P is quite slow. You use nanopolymer cut 1-to-1 with PLA, with IPA for PLA. Okay, I'll have to try that. TH3 was just raving about that bed adhesive. Oh gosh, yes. Back when I did my, oh gosh, it was before I had 1,000 subs. I'm stuck right now. I can't quite hit that 2,000, but I think it'll come. Back way before, I reached out to Vision Minor, and they sent me a bunch of this stuff to try and to talk about on stream, and it's great. I still have a bunch, and I use this stuff all the time. Aquanet. I'm here nor there with hairspray. I've never tried it. I don't think I ever will. I'm worried about the residue that'll go around and the effect that residue might have on the printer with hairspray. I have heard horror stories about it. So Wham Bam Pex is great too, Fidion. So, okay, but I'll have to keep that in mind, Dominic, cutting it with alcohol, because it does smell. Not that I go sniffing everything, although I do because of the job I'm in, but it does have an IPA base smell to it. So I wouldn't be surprised if part of the formula is in fact IPA. So let's go back to the bamboo here. So now what we're going to do is, it's all sliced up. We'll just go print plate, and I'll go send, and let's just see how long this is going to take to send. So actually, now Not that it matters, but I'm just for fun going to open up a stopwatch and go start. I just want to see how long it takes before it actually starts printing. So it's sent. It does say over here downloading 3MF, so it's sending it as a 3MF, and the odd time it gets to 3% downloaded and stalls. And when it does that, I just pop an SD card in, and I just do it via SD card. Smacks PEI in the face. I have PEX. I think I actually have, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I'll have to try that. I have a whole bunch of bad stuff over here. And I believe, oh, there's a couple, let's see, there's a couple Wham Bam packages right here. Wham Bam, what's in this one? So this is, yeah, there's a sheet of Wham Bam PEX. There's a Wham Bam magnet. One sheet of PEX. And I believe this is the right size for the for my 300 millimeter 2.1. Yeah, it is. It's exactly. So I could use this on my 2.4, on my my Voron 2.4. But I've got I must have that bed somewhere, that Wham Bam bed, because and this one's empty. I've got so many build plates and so many different print surfaces around, it's laughable almost. Oh man, and magnets. Gosh, I got too much stuff, guys. Way too much stuff. So what do I have here? This is, oh, this is another, I like this build surface as well. This is a BQ flexible plate. These are great. Will this fit on, is this 300? Will this, oh yeah, that'll fit on the Voron as well. That's a Prusa build plate. And that's another, that's just a magnet, adhesive magnet for something. So I've got too many build plates. Now, the only thing I don't have spares of is I have no spares for the RatRig. The RatRig, I got one build plate because it's massive. Well, there it is right there. There's a piece of the, oh, that's the PEI. That's PEI on the Wham Bam plate. I'm probably going to peel that off and put the PEX on it. So, yeah. But, yeah. Okay, we're unzipping. So the downloading's happened now. Now it's unzipping the file. So we're at 3 minutes since I hit send, and it's just still unzipping the file. So I think the 3MF files are a little bigger. So hold strong and release itself when cool. Very cool. Get a black sheet of flex plate from DFH. It's cheap. Did you not get the memo in Canada that winter is over? It's spring. It was a beautiful day today, Ben. We hit 11 degrees Celsius today, 22 to about 50 degrees we hit today, which is really good for March in Canada. You do PLA at 59, ABS at 95. Okay. Has to be a bit hotter than a normal hot plate. Okay, cool. Get a 500 by 500 sheet. Yeah, I think, yeah, I may eventually, I wouldn't be surprised if Wham Bam has build plates for this printer right now, so. Okay, cool. So let's see where we're at. We're still unzipping. We're unzipping. And according to, let's see, according to this, the prepare time is 8 minutes and 44 seconds. So basically, that's how long it's going to take it to start printing, is 8 minutes and 44 seconds. Actually, no, 8 minutes and 44 seconds includes the file downloading, the bed leveling, and the mesh leveling. So let's just see what happens here. We're at 4 minutes and 38 seconds now, and it's about 90% unzipped. So in the meantime, I've got to maybe while that's printing, I will throw this. I think I've got everything I need for this mini stealth burner now. So maybe I'll start assembling that. I have to open the window with my instructions. I think that's the GitHub window right there. Is that the one? Voron 0. Mini stealth burner. Oh no, yeah, that's where I got the files. Oh, there it is. Maple Leaf Maker's GitHub is where I found them, but the instructions are, I don't know where I put the instructions for it. We'll find it. You're listening while doing stuff here. Very cool. Well, I'm doing stuff while I'm talking. That's just sort of me, you know. Oh, I've got another Diamondback nozzle here too. So I've got the 0.4 Diamondback on this. I've got the 0.6 on the RatRig, and then they also, when they sent them to me, they sent me this kit, and I have a 1 millimeter, or is this a 0.8? I have one more. It's a really cool little case they come in too. So it comes in this really cool. It came in. They sent these to me about a year ago. Came in this really cool little glass top case. Doop. And it was the 0.4, the 0.6, and this a 0.8. So yeah, I'll probably use the 0.8 on the RatRig as well. It's a pretty big nozzle. We will see. And this is almost finished unzipping. And let's see, we're at 6 minutes, 26 seconds. Yeah, it's a. I mean, you figure it. It's a big file, no doubt, because they're 3 big pieces. But it would have been quicker probably for me to put it on a micro SD card and transfer it that way. The stopwatch doesn't stop until it starts printing, which means the file is fully transferred and unzipped. Obsidian is finally gonna have shipping soon. Yes, I've got 2 coming of the I've got 2 of the obnoxious nozzles coming, and I got a notification that they're going to ship in April. So, yeah. Gives you time to preheat the bed. It does, Ben. The bed is already at 90 degrees, so. And it's still unzipping. See, to me, that takes way too long to unzip a file. I don't care if it's a 10 gigabyte file. It should unzip quite quick. It just shows that they probably have a little slower processor in this one than they do in the X1 Carbon. We're at 7.5 minutes now. These are the 12 millimeter. I got these tooth idlers for the RatRig rebuild. I'm going with slightly wider ones than I had on it. We're still unzipping. Man, these are 12 millimeter. Oh, 11 millimeter. I couldn't get 12. So these are 11 millimeter for a 9 millimeter belts. So that's good. So we got these pieces in for the RatRig. I put all the pieces somewhere. I believe I put them in this bag. Where's all the parts? Where did I put all the parts for the RatRig? Anyways, doesn't matter. Go over there. Go over there. Da, 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 da. Tap for the V6 style nozzle. That would be good too. You got to be on the ball when they go live to get a 0.6. Yes. Can't you still pre-order it, or are they not got a 0.6 available yet? So you can still do the quick change, but have a hardened nozzle. Yes, definitely. Apparently these Diamondbacks that I got will run anything. So we're going to put that to the test eventually too, once I get some printers up and running good. I'm not that I don't have printers up and running, but I really want to get the RatRig going. Okay, now, there we go. Just started. So we are at 9 minutes, 19 seconds. I might have missed it, so we'll stop. So 9 minutes for it to send the file from the computer to the P1P and start printing. 9 minutes. That's a fairly long time, but it is what it is. The bed's warm, so it's not going to have to wait to heat the bed now. So, and it's at 8 minutes and 44 seconds prepare time. And then on top of the prepare time, 6 hours and 44 minutes to print those 3 parts. Now they take a little while because we do have the 4 perimeters. We do have the 45% infill. So, but I don't know what that would slice at on, say, the on the Voron. I don't know what it would slice at on the Flash Forge. It would probably be a 12-hour print, easily. So we'll let that start up. It's bouncing my chair. And let's have a look and see if I can't get this little mini stealth burner built. I need to find some, well, actually, I might not need instructions. Let's see. It should be obvious. It should be like building a stealth burner. Although I do need to put some heat insets in. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to need 6 or 7. I'm going to need some heat insets. I'm going to need to find some instructions on this thing. Let me have a look. Let me have a Google at this. Where the heck? Come on. Oh, there it is. Maple Leaf Makers. They have a good video on the assembly of this thing. I haven't seen any other instructions on it from anywhere else. It's on the 0.2 manual? Oh, it is. Okay, well, let me go ahead and look up the 0.2 manual. I haven't downloaded the 0.2 manual. Let me just go have a quick peek. Okay. There's the documents. I'll get it right from LDO. There's the assembly manual right there. I'm just going to look up right here. Okay, so let's go to that page where it's at. I got to do a 0.2, whether it's an upgrade or from scratch. It looks like a nice unit. Looks like a really nice unit. Although I don't need another small printer. But I love building these things. I just love building these things. Okay, I'm on the online version of the manual. We're going to get to the stealth burner in a minute. It's just low. It just takes a second to load all the pages here. Oh, we're going to be getting to it soon. It's typical, though, when you buy something, you build a few things, they come out with a newer version. Okay. Let's see what's going on in chat. Fragile ribbon cable and the 3DO camera. Oh, okay. You're getting an old 01 kit for $100. Holy crap. That's a heck of a deal. Really heck of a deal, Zach. Okay. Man, this is a long manual. I'm on page 70 and we're still not talking about the stealth burner yet. Come on. I should have just downloaded the PDF. Be quicker. Well, mind you, yeah, it's okay. Come on. I like their little images of an astronaut watering a plant. That's kind of different. Nobody's come up with a insertable T-nut or hammerhead nut for the those small 0.1 and 0.2 rails yet, huh? I'm on page 110. No smelt turner yet. Bamboo started printing. I'm going to turn around in a minute and make sure it's actually printing the right color filament for me. We're going to get close. We're on the X rail. Hey, David Wilson, but you have to run. No problem. I appreciate you popping in and saying hi. Hey, non-fam. In there deep. It's in there deep. Yeah, I'm on the GitHub page, and you have to scroll, hit more pages. Scroll, hit more pages. We're on the bed mounts. We got to be close. We're on page 140. We're doing the bed. We've got the springs going on now. Here we go. Print head. This is going to be the section we need. There we are. Let's pull this over here. Over here. There we go. Okay. Dum, da, da, da. We got it. There we are. There's what we're going to do right there. So first thing I'm going, I didn't print. I'm missing a few parts. Darn. Oh, well, we'll just get some heat insets into the parts I've got. I didn't do the these two little, I haven't done these parts here yet. Actually, I think I'm missing a few parts, but I can get them started. What the heck? I like putting heat insets in. Yeah, just slice a part of your arc for the bamboo. But you know what's exciting? Ooh, you know what's real exciting? Here, let me switch back to this guy. There we go. I get to try for the first time. Dum, da, da, da. Let me go grab it. There we go. I get to try my new heat inset press for the first time now. This is Vector 3D's heat inset press design. Let's plug it in. Let's turn the iron on. There's my switch right there. Turn our temperature down low. There we go. Love this thing. I've got the parts. I've printed another one. Ready for the Clockwork 2 integrated gear by BMG. I hope it comes out soon. Oh, speaking of ready for, I've reached out to BTT, and I think as soon as it becomes available in my country, they're going to send me out the. They've got a new board out for the RatRig. It's called the. SK Rat, or I think it's called the SK Rat. The board for the RatRig. They sent one to who was it that got one for the little guy, the little RatRig, and so I've been in contact with them, and as soon as they get the one out for the 500 for the VCore 3.1, I think they're going to send me one. That'd be nice, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Richard has the different one. He made one. I've made one. Yeah, but I really like this. I like the adjustable counterweights you can put on it. It's simple. It's smaller than what I was using before. There we go. You're on the RatRig beta. Oh, very cool, Stephen. SK Rat. Yes, exactly. So I asked them for it. They said it's not available yet, but they will keep me updated. So let's grab some heat insets here. Let's lower this a little bit. There we go. So according to this, whoa, I just dropped a piece. On the other stealth burners, it looks like I think it looks like a duck. On here, I think it looks like a little bit of a fish. This piece. Anyway, so we need 3 of them on here. Which one am I going to do? We're going to do this one. So this will be my first time trying this heat press, this insert press. So let's see how well it works. First of all, am I going to be able to go low enough? No, I'm not. So what I've got to do is I've got to lower my little stop here. I believe it's my blue. Let's lower this. How low do I need to go? Oh, that's touching my bench, so that should be low enough. But the nice thing about this is I can control my overall depth. So, oh, it's still touching the bench. Oops. When you're dealing with that hammerhead, you got to make sure that your hammerhead tightens. Oh, come on. I should put a T-nut in there instead of a hammerhead. There we go. So I want to come down about there. So yeah, that'll work. It's got a little lever for the stop. Oh, a little lever. Oh, I see. So a little lever. So you put. Oh, there's a good idea, Printer Prawn. Probably be easy to do something like that, I would imagine. So let's see. We got our first one here. Okay. Oh, perfect depth. A little bit lower. There we go. Actually, it's really nice, and it's nice and straight. Come on. Nice and straight. I think I'm going to like this better than the little afterburner. Let's see. Can I zoom you guys in? So just so there's some witnesses in case I burn myself. There we go. So we'll just watch this thing in action. So we come down and perfect. Look at that. That is great. And a third one in the corner here. Tight to get my fingers in. Plus, coming down straight on this thing, I like this because if I were doing this by hand, I gotta get this thing in the hole. If I were there we go. If I were doing this by hand, chances are I would shake a little bit and hit the edges and melt some of the other plastic that I don't want to melt. Perfect. So there we go. There's those three in that part, and they went in slicker than owl poop. Which style grade inserts are these? These are the I don't know what style. These are all the ones that came with the LDO, and these have a little bit of a there's different kinds of inserts, but these ones have a little bit of a little ledge on the front, so that it sort of sits in your hole nice and clean. See that little little ledge part on the left-hand side there, on the right-hand side? So they sort of sit in there and in the hole and make it real easy to insert them. So then we need an insert in this one. So yeah, so like I can take this and that'll sit nicely just in that hole like that. So it won't wiggle out. So this one I kind of have to hold by hand as parallel as I can and hope I don't burn my finners. Let's see. You can't see what I'm doing there because I'm kind of in the way. There we go. Oh, that's a little too far. But I think that's going to be fine. It's sunk in a little far, but that should be just fine. That is just for, let's see, this one here. Slicker than snot in the doorknob, yes. That one there, oh yeah, that'll be fine. I sunk that one in a little further than I should have, but all that one there for is for this piece right here. And that's just the, oh yeah, that'll be fine. Yep. We are fine. Okay. And then the other pieces that I haven't printed yet Okay, so now we need on this one, on this piece, on this side, we need 1, 2, 3 of them. So there is one here, and one up top. These are all M3 heat insets. So one here. Oops, there we go. One on top here. Perfect. And way down in this little corner. Get in there. There we go. Let's try not melt any plastic here. There we go. Perfect. Now, the LDO kits do come with the cool, these cool heat inset tools with each kit. So that's why I have 3 of these. But I also got a kit on Amazon that has, we have an M3 heat inset tip here. We have an M3 and M5, or an M4, M5 and M6, or an M4 and M5, I'm not sure. And then I saw this little thing, Steve has one of these, and I like that. Keep the tips in here and keep the 3mm insets in here. So yeah, pretty cool. So there's those pieces there, and then on the bottom, looks like we've got 2 to go on the bottom here. I was going to say 3. If I put one in here, if I put one in the middle, I'd have a heck of a time getting filament through this thing. Now, wouldn't I? So it looks like we've got one over here on this side. Okay, so let's see. Is there any straight way to balance this? No. So we got to kind of eyeball this so it's level. Okay. And then the next one. Go to 500 of these inserts at a time. These are great. Amazon has them, a bunch of us sites too, a bunch of US sites too if you're US based. Yeah. You can get these heat insets at a lot of places. And the insert and the tools. The tricky part is just making sure that the tips fit your particular iron. This is like a $12 iron. This here, it's like a $12 iron on this thing, so you don't really need a real expensive iron for these things, because this one is just strictly for heat insets. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one I use strictly for heat insets, so you don't need anything too expensive. Bottom of those, and then I think that's it for the heat insets for this, except for those 2 pieces I'm missing, which I don't really need at this part of the assembly. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I think we're good for this part, so I can turn this off. This is slick. This little tool. I'm building another one too. I didn't film myself building this one, so I'm building another one, and I'm going to actually do a video on the build. And I will obviously reference Vector 3D because he is the designer of this. But that is a slick tool if you do a lot of heat insets. I'd say it's a must-have if you're building printers. Okay, so now we are going to do some assembly. I took all the pieces apart from the old afterburner and stuck them in here. So we have this part here. I don't need to oil these anymore. These are still quite oily. So we take this piece here, and I didn't keep this, but this piece here with the STL files you get, it's brilliant. It has built-in support material that supports in the middle there, and it comes out extremely clean. So Find it interesting how many inch-pounds of torque it takes to pull out one of those heat insets. Yeah, really. That would be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if Stefan at CNC Kitchen has done that. He's done all sorts of tests like that. So yeah, as you'll see, it actually shows in the thing here. You can see right here, there is a support, built-in support that comes out, and it's brilliantly designed, and it comes out extremely super clean. So yeah, really good. Okay, so this goes this way, and the gear goes in this way, and it should just snap in. Whoops. And it does, just snaps in nicely there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and then we need an M2x10 self-tapping. I'm pretty sure I took one of those out here. Right there. And I need my 1.5 millimeter hex key. An M2. So added strength. This screw is there to provide extra strength to the gilder component along its layer lines. Oh, really? Interesting. So this just screws into here. So just to add extra strength. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's different. Okay, so we just screw that in until it stops. There we go. Okay, so just a strengthening screw. That's interesting. Should build an add-on to store your heat insets with the press. Oh, that's a good idea. He already has. CNC Kitchen did a whole thing on which inserts were the best for a couple of years ago. Oh, yeah, okay, and ended up with this type. There we go. These fancy hex drivers, these are Amazon. I like these because they're color-coded according to size. So yeah, just search on Amazon for actually let me put a link there for you. I'll give you the Canadian link and you can look it up in US. It's probably there. They weren't expensive. Let's just see. Usually you can get whatever you can get in Canada, you can get in the US. It's usually the other way around that we have difficulty. So, oh, sign in. I mean, what do you mean I'm not signed in to Amazon? Okay. Okay, signing in. OTP. Ah! What's my OTP? Do not share. Okay. I'm not supposed to share that OTP with you guys. Okay, my orders. It wasn't that long ago I got these. So let me find the, there it is right there. Yeah, okay. These were $22.99 Canadian. What's that, about $5 US? Something like that. So if I copy, and here we go. I'm going to paste the link in here. Pay 10. Yeah, we get ripped off in Canada, trust me. There's a link to them on the Canada site. I'm pretty sure they're newer. They're the same people that make the lights, right? So now I'm pretty sure if I copy this, and if I go to Amazon.com, and if I paste that in and find it, they're probably going to be 10 or 11 bucks. Let's just see. There they are, $15.99 on Amazon.com. But they're really nice. They got titanium handles, blah, blah, blah. So for my good, dear American folks, there is the US link to those particular ones right there. There we go. You get a great deal on shipping. It depends, right? Why did that paste in there twice? Oh, because it was so long. Oh, forget that. Anyways, you guys get the idea. Oh, 3, man, that took a long time. Anyways, yeah, so these are great little hex keys. They're titanium handles. They're light as a feather. Titanium handles. Yeah, they're good. The only reason I got them is this old set I had. I broke the tip off. of the 1.5 millimeter one. So I wanted another 1.5 millimeter, saw this set and said, oh, color coded and all. So pretty cool. So there we go. Let's just see. Okay, so we got that in. We want to double check our orientation. The hole is up and the wide thing is there. So all they're doing is making sure I have this on the right way. Waylon, if you pee on the floor down here, I will kill you. My doggy's down here. I would not kill my doggo. He's okay. Okay, and then if I go down one more, we are going to take this guy here. Let's remove, I just put this on so I didn't lose it. It still has Loctite on it. So what we want to do is check bearing fit. Where are my bearings? My bearings are right here. Bearing fit is fine. My other bearing I did not take out of this guy, and I should. There it is. And my bearing fit should be fine because these came right out of the old, yeah. So the bearing fit is fine. Printed jig. I didn't print a jig. Okay, so I am missing another part. I'm missing one more part. So it's asking for right here. It's asking on the bottom left a printed jig. I did not do that. So I've obviously misprinting a few parts. But let's see where else, let's see how much farther I can go before I have to say, okay, guys, we're done. And then we'll go ahead and we'll have a look at those parts printing on the bamboo in a minute here. Okay, so we're going to take this part here. That's this little guy. We're going to put a bearing in here, super glue this hex nut. Okay, so the bearing is going to sit in here, supposedly. It's probably a snug fit. There it is, and not quite. Let's see. What did I use last time to push my bearing in? I used the rubber so I didn't damage it, and no, not quite. Not quite going to fit. So oh, we got comments. Why is my comments frozen? Same link, just changed CA to .com. Okay, there we go. We'll be here tomorrow. Thanks, Excelter. Very brittle. Don't drop on a cement floor or risk them shattering like glass. Really? Really? I'm not going to try it. Don't tempt me just to try it. Make some good content, though, but I'd have to film it. Come on, bearing. I know you're a tight fit, but it's a matter of just getting this bearing in here just at the right angle, just at the right spot, so it just squeezes in there. I know this is a pressure fit, so then maybe if I do this, just something that's not, there we go, just so I don't damage it. There it is. And we'll make sure that we still have good movement on it, and we do. Oh, that is a nice fit right there. Okay, and then we need an M3 hex nut. An M3 hex nut super glued in. Okay, so I'm going to grab, or unless I have, hang on, do I have an M3 hex nut here? I do have an M3 hex nut right here. And I have my super glue. And my activator. So we're going to put the glue, we're going to be careful about this because we don't want getting glue on the threads. So we're going to make sure we're open. We're going to put a couple dabs of glue. We don't need much. A little bit there. Just a little bit. Okay. Yep, that glue works. Get the nut in there. Come on, get in there. M3 nut, and then we will just give it a, whoa. That stuff comes out fast. Activator, I have found, does nothing to the ABS or PLA surfaces. It doesn't bother it at all when you spray activator on the plastic. So that's why I don't worry about that. And this basically hardens things instantly. Instant hardness. No, I haven't tried it on that. Oh, you guys. So let's just double check, make sure. Oh, see, that didn't stick too well. Come on, that did not stick the best, but it's stuck in there. I mean, come on. Maybe I have to re-glue that. Maybe I didn't put enough glue. I was very, yeah, I was too generous with the glue. Or not generous enough with the glue. I didn't want to put too much because I didn't want to get it on the threads. Okay, so this time we're going to do something a little different. Glue on the sides too. There we go. This time we're going to spray the activator right on the nut. There we go, and we're going to put it in. There we go. We're going to come through this way, make sure that I didn't get anything on the threads. I think we're good now. Let's just make sure I didn't get any on the threads. Forever Unclean 2P10CA activator in the cans from Amazon will turn ABS shiny. Really? This one's okay. I think I got some glue on the threads. Okay, well, that's not a big deal. I can probably, let's just get something here, screw it in. Let's just screw it through this side. And we'll make sure we get the screws right through. There we go. And that'll just chip off any glue that happened to get on the threads. And that nut's not coming out now. Nah, we glued that in pretty permanent. Now I should be able to screw it from both sides. That's what she said. Da-da-da. That's not coming out, is it? That's not quite flat in there. Do-do-do. Oh, we're not quite flat. I have to just give a little bit of a pinch here. There we go. I think we're good. Yeah, that's better. And are we still screwable? That doesn't sound good. HBR 4 pieces, 1.5 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 2.5 hex screw, titanium hexagon wrench. Yep. That is not staying in there. Oh, man. It's probably going to be fine. I'm overthinking this whole thing. It's going to be fine. It just doesn't seem to want to stay in there. Okay, anyways. Moving along. It's not going to come out, but it's not staying all the way in. Just don't give me super glue. That's all there is to it. That's lesson learned. Oh, Load more pages. Come on, there we go. So we need to take this part and we need to load the other bearing down in here. This is the tricky part, the bearing. Drop it in and hope it hits, right? Right. Let's see. I used a hex key last time. I believe it was the orange one. So I don't damage the bearing. No, it wasn't the orange one. That's too small. I don't want to push the center of the bearing. So we might have used, let's see, the red one. Nope. Red one's too small, so probably pinky. There you go, Dominic. That's the one I would have used. No, it's too big to fit. Oh, no, that'll fit in the hole. So we got to get this guy. There we go. And get it started. Okay, we got it started. That's all I needed. Socket set. Yeah, socket set would work too on that because it's started now. I'm just going to make sure that oh yeah, that's fine. So we just need to push it in for the good idea, the socket set. Let's see. Let's see if one of these is the right size. Oh, that might just work. Let's have a look. That is exactly the right size. So now if I just I think that did it. I think that did it. By Jove. That did it. Good suggestion, Shane. Perfect. I think we're down. Might be able to go down just a little more. I think this one's going to be too big. Yeah, so I actually lucked out. So it was the 6mm socket. Fits just around that nicely. There we go. We are in. We are good. Okay. So we have that bearing in. Now we throw the shuttle. So the shuttle, here is this, do I have this other camera on? This one? And here, let me, hang on a sec. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I don't need to upgrade the software yet. Stop. Boop. 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 Now if I go up or down, that way. Now if I zoom in. And if I go that way again, whoops, there we go. You can kind of see what I'm doing here. Kind of. So we put the shuttle in. Shuttle goes in like so. Look at the nice clearances on this thing. It's great. And we do the shuttle, and then we have the gilder, which is this guy here, which goes like so. Okay. Then we have the latch, which goes like so. Like so. Heat set rig. Where? Oh, this thing. Yeah. And then we have the mid body. Okay. Actually, this camera view is really kind of tough. I think this one's better. But if I were to just go like, why is that? Why are my buttons not working? Why are my buttons not working? These buttons are supposed to work. There we go. Then we have the mid plate, mid body, which goes like that. Okay. Why do I feel like, oh, that's where the motor goes in. Okay. Mid body. And then we put some M325s, which I believe M325s, and they've got to be, the lower M325 screw acts as a hinge pin for the gilder arm. Be sure not to over tighten it. Check the gilder can still move smoothly. Okay, let's see if this is a 25. That's a 30, so I'm going to have to pull out, and I believe this one's a 30 as well. Yep, so let's pull out my, I hope I have the right screws. Hi there. M325s, M320, M325 button head. Oh, I do. 3 of them. I like my new screw sorting methods. So the bottom one acts as a hinge for this. Oh, I see what that is. Okay, so we go there, and I believe no, what the heck? What size key do these take? Oh, this one. Here we go. So this one does not get over tightened. So we go snug, snug, and loose, loose, and that's just acts as a hinge. There we go. So that's just there. The bottom ones there just act as a hinge. Okay. And then we put these ones in. Okay. And this one. This is how you can tell when your heat insets are, whether or not they're nice and straight. Oh, that was too tight. That tightened too tight. That kind of froze my gilder. Oh, that's acting as a, that's the clip for that one. Oh, that's why. Okay, that one M325. Oh, that's tight. Ugh, it's the clip for this. There we go. It's the clip for this guy. So I guess that's, you don't want that. That'll loosen up over time. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And M3x10s go underneath. Oh, I see. So we screw some M3x10s in underneath to hold that down. Okay, that's really interesting. So let's grab a couple M3x10s, and those are button heads as well. Let's hope I have M3x10 button heads. I do. Man, I just happen to have the right hardware. So much for color coding. I think Steve Bilge might have left. Probably painful watching me. And this is going to be good old greeny. Oh man, 9 o'clock already. I got to quit this. I only wanted to go an hour or two. So, okay, M3x10s in here. There's that one. And in this side, get in the hole. And that one. These are good, other than they don't have ball heads. So that's why I keep the Weras handy as well. So that's this part done. And then now, okay, so we're going to put our, this guy with our gear. And that's going to go on this way. And we have our flat here. So we're going to make sure, whoops. So let's make sure that it's on the flat. And we are on the flat. So it says this drive gear is mounted opposite of how it usually mounts in the extruder. Make sure that the grub screw has sufficient contact with the flat. Do not tighten the grub screw yet. We'll finalize the gear's exact position on the shaft in the next few steps. So we're just going to leave that little loose enough so that I can actually, it's not going to rotate and it's not going to come off, and it's on the flat. So we're not going to be able to move this side to side, or we're not going to be able to take it up and down. So we'll just snug it a little bit more. It's got Loctite on it already, blue Loctite. There we go. So this goes in here, like so. There we go. And I think, well, I'm pretty sure that I can go ahead and, how am I going to fit, where am I going to fit my wrench in there? Oh, I see. No. Before I do this, I want to make sure. There we go. So that's in right there. So I know we're going to be lining it up with the other feeder here. So I'm going to go ahead right now on that grub screw and snug it down a little bit here for now. Because I can see the lining up right here. And that looks like it's lined up perfectly right there. We're going to come back. I know we're going to do that at another step. So now we're going to put the back plate on. Next few steps. So now we take the back plate. And this goes on. Like that. There we go. And then we need 3 M3x10s. So the top one, M3x6, M3x6, and an M3x10 button head. Okay. M3x6 button head, 2 of these, and an M3x10 button head. There we go. Remember my first few builds, how I was always hunting for screws? Like I just dropped that one. Jeez, Timothy. M3x6 is going on top. Like so. M3x10 is the right one. This one here. And the other M3x6 that I just dropped, which I'm not going to waste time looking for. There we go. This one goes here. So this is what we're looking like from the back so far. Come on, focus. Autofocus my butt. Come on. Anyways. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let me just zoom out of here a bit. What is going on with this? There we go. There I am. So next thing we're doing here, it says 50T gear spacing. For the next steps, we need to ensure that the 50T gear is not rubbing any of the plastic parts. If that should generally centered on the available space between the mid-body and the motor plate, as shown below. Make sure your gilder door is open so that you can freely adjust the position of the 50T. Okay, then we're going to align the drive gear. Okay, I see what they're saying. Okay. So what they're doing is checking to make sure. Now, if I can see the 50T gear, where is the 50? Oh, right there. And okay, so that's what we're looking for right there, this 50T gear. So close up here. If you can see this, if it'll focus. What is going on with this camera? This camera is misbehaving here. Hang on, is the autofocus button, is that going to focus now, or is that manual focus? Hang on a minute here. Autofocus. I think I have to reboot this camera. Sorry guys, but this camera is not behaving. But right here we can see the gear, and it's definitely not rubbing on any plastic at all. It is turning extremely free. Okay, so that's what we had to check for there. So we lucked out. And then I think what I'm going to do is, it's getting late. It's 9:15. We've been going for an hour and 42 minutes. I think I'm going to call that right now. But before we go, let's have a look. Let me grab this other camera. Let's have a look at these prints that we started. So here, let me go ahead and get you guys in and show you how these prints are coming that we're doing for the RatRig. Okay, so let me brighten that up a little bit for you. And let me zoom in on it a little bit here. There we go. So these are printing on the bamboo in ASA, Polymaker ASA, and it's called, there we go. And the filament color is called Army Brown. And it's actually it's lighter brown than I thought, actually. I kind of like it, but the parts are looking really good. So that's ASA on an open bamboo P1P. There's no enclosure, and they're printing quite well. So it'll match the belts. Yeah, I do like this color. So very good. So those are printing good. We've got another, whoa, bumped the camera. We've got another 5 hours and 55 minutes to go on it. What would my opinion be between the Voron and the RatRig? They're both good printers. Both very good printers. The Voron build, I find, is a little easier than the RatRig build, mainly, depending on how you source your Voron build. The LDO kits that I've been building, I've built 4 LDO kits. All the wiring comes pre-wired for you. If you really like adventure and you want to buy your own wire, splice your own wire and everything, you go for you can do that with a Voron kit too when you self-source. My RatRig kit, I had to do a complete everything from scratch. If you want a big printer, Voron doesn't come in a 500 millimeter printer. The RatRig does. As far as print quality, I think it's all a matter of how you tune your printer. So I believe, exactly, RatRig scales up large if you know over 350 millimeter. Otherwise, you're going to get the same print quality. They're both Core XY printers. The Trident is similar to the RatRig, where the bed is balanced on 3 points versus 4 on the 2.4. Yeah, so it's all a matter of preference. But again, if they're tuned well, they're both going to print extremely well. So yeah. Yeah, that's a RatRig. You can only buy the kit. Well, I guess you could self-source a RatRig, but RatRig sells kits. Voron, you can self-source or buy a kit. So, yeah. But that's it. But thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm going to call that a night for tonight. And impromptu stream on a Thursday. What the heck? So, we got a bit done. Is this cooled off yet? Yeah, that's cooled off. Both use Clipper, yes. RatRig, I'm using. RatRig uses you can use Clipper, but what I'll be using is called RatOS. And RatOS is a customized version of Clipper for the RatRig operating system or for the RatRig printer. So I'll be doing that. But I'm going to be doing a lot of custom stuff on this RatRig rebuild as well. And it's a beast. This is a big printer. If you saw my first build, you'll realize just how big this printer is. So keep an eye out. I'm going to be doing that on Sunday. So that's what we're printing these parts for. So thank you, everybody. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll catch you guys on Sunday when we hopefully get to start the RatRig build. And we may just end up printing more parts depending on how things go. But that's the goal, is to get the build started. Even just a few things started on Sunday would be great, just to get it going. So have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now. Oh, and broadcast. Yes. See you later. Bye.